Hello there, and welcome to the world of Pokemon. My name is Professor Jacob, and this is my lecture series on Pokemon biology. And joining me here today in the classroom, as always, as he always does, being as much of an assistant as he can, is my wonderful teaching assistant, Mr. Curtis. Say hello to everybody, Mr. Curtis.
Oh, thank you, Professor. Oh, thank you. Oh,
you get so excited when I say your name.
Why are you rubbing your feet?
Just that acknowledgement.
Why are you rubbing your feet?
Oh, man. Yeah, it was, let me say, I've had a busy last few days. I can't wait to present my results to the class.
What?
But go ahead and...
yes, I believe we gave him some science experiments to do. So let me go ahead and introduce our student here, our trainer in training, if you will, Corbin, who is a 10-year-old boy. Please say hello to everybody, Corbin.
Hi. Not a lot of training, more or less a lot of learning. But I guess that's part of training.
I mean, yeah, that's training. I mean, what is training if not learning?
That's, you know what? I'm going to put that on my wall. Can I get you to say that on the record?
Everything I say is on the record. We're recording every lesson. I don't know how more on the record I can be.
Okay. All right. Well, that's fair. So hold on. Remind me, what was Mr. Curtis's objective again? He had a project.
I believe we told Mr. Curtis to figure out how small you can shrink Wigglytuff down.
Oh God.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
Did you do it?
Okay. So, behold.
Oh no.
What?
This box of crayons.
Oh.
Right here.
Okay. Yeah, sure. I guess so.
Okay.
All right. So this 24 pack of crayons. All right. Standard size. This how would you guys believe if I told you I was able to get a Wigglytuff to fit in this box?
I would honestly be horrified.
I don't think he did it. Not legally.
And let me just say, like, the Wigglytuff is it's basically okay still. I mean, you know.
What is basically okay?
What does basically okay mean?
I mean, you know, it's fine. It was good. It got a little squished, but you know, it's eating some Pokechow and water, and it's okay.
But it's alive.
But it's alive.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Hey, that's
alive.
Cool. That's better than his track record normally, Corbin. So,
Mr. Curtis, why did you wink when you said it's alive?
I mean, what do you really mean as alive?
I mean,
like,
just because Corbin,
I'm alive. Like it's moving, it's breathing, and its heart is beating.
But just because you breathe doesn't mean you're truly alive, right?
Can I get you to say that on the record too? I like that one as well.
I did. I just said it right there on the record. What, do you want a clean cut so you can use it as a ringtone or something?
Yeah. I'm gonna use it as a ringtone. All right, hold on. My phone's recording. Hold on. Yeah, I think that's okay. That's good. All right, ready?
Again, we are already recording all of this, so you don't need to record a separate device. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Just because you
breathe.
Wow,
that's such a great quote, Professor. Thank you so much for sharing.
All right, you know what? I don't know what. We're here to learn about Pokemon, all right? So we learned that you can make a Wigglytuff real small, all right? That's one thing we've learned.
You know what? Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
You make it cold. And you threaten it a little bit, just a little.
Is that what you did, Mr. Curtis? Did you make it cold? And
well, yeah. I mean, there are a couple tactics that I used. We can go into more after class if you're interested, Corbin. But let's just say some of them are not better kept off the record.
Oh, I'm gonna bring this recording device when you tell me. I need proof to the cops that you're not handling Pokemon in an ethical way.
I mean,
what
like
is
I
ethical?
Said, the Wigglytuff is alive.
Listen, I'm on the Pokemon Science Ethics Committee, so I mean, honestly, like,
you just made that up. That's not a
ethical
thing.
Ethical science is really whatever I say it is.
You made all that up. You're just bull pooping. That's not.
I like that you censored yourself. It was very thoughtful of you.
Yeah, I'm glad I did. But anyways,
so
that's fucking dumb that you said that.
Come on.
Sorry.
All right. So, okay, let's learn about Pokemon. Do either of you guys know what Pokemon we are learning about today?
Golbat.
No.
I told you it's Aquarium Bat.
No.
It's Golbat and the 3 Ursaring.
I love that. You know, that fairy tale. And it is based on the Pokemon that we're learning about today. We're learning about
Ursaring.
No, we're learning about Golbat. Golbat.
Okay,
Golbat.
Goal.
Which is the evolved form of Zubat.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, what do you think? Have either of you seen this Golbat in real life before?
Not in real life, but through a painting.
Only at a distance.
Okay. So, what would you if you had to like guess at what a Golbat looks like? What would you say?
It'd probably look a little bit like Zubat, I think.
Okay, good.
It's a chunky version of Zubat.
It's got eyes. I know that. I remember that. I know that.
Yeah. Okay. So it does have eyes. What do you think? What do you think the mouth situation is like?
It's probably got the same mouth.
Yeah, I would say same mouth, bigger body, and I think its little antennae are smaller.
Okay, all right, enough guessing. I'm going to go ahead. I have a Golbat here because you can't, walk outside without tripping and falling over a freaking Golbat. So, let's go ahead and take a look at it.
Whoa, okay.
Oh,
He's actually...
What is going on? Ooh, what is going on with that mouth, Professor?
Yeah, so
creepy.
You may have noticed that a Golbat is 90% mouth. It's pretty much its entire body is like a mouth.
So is your mom.
Oh my gosh.
Well, she has a lot to say.
Yeah, sorry. That was mean.
Mrs. Mother Professor is a very well-spoken lady.
Wait,
yeah,
okay,
and if
how have you met her?
if you could not bring, attention to her exploud disease, which is, it's a very common disease here in the Kanto region, in which your mouth takes up a majority of your body. Yeah, it has a lot of terrible side effects, and so I would appreciate it if we didn't talk about it here in the class.
Didn't mean to make fun of your mom, who has a disease that I've never heard of until now. I apologize.
Well, I mean, who knows? You might get it when you get older.
Hope not. Anyways, this is a weird looking MFer. I'm not gonna lie. This is a weird looking Pokemon.
Actually, wait. Where did it go? I don't see it. Okay. Oh. All right, this is bad. This is bad because we're going to learn that Golbats, how they attach to their prey. They use a stealth method. So they're
all right. Well, okay. Mr. Curtis
sneaky.
left the door open. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna close the door, and we're not gonna have to worry about this anymore. Okay?
Oh my God, Mr. Curtis, it is on. It is on Corbin's neck. It is just sucking all of the blood out of him right now.
Get it off!
Could you get it off,
Okay.
please?
Go ahead. Try to pull it off, Mr. Curtis. Go pull it off if you can.
Come here, you! Get!
You could have been more gentle. That hurt.
Okay, so Corbin, if you could, please sit down. You've lost a lot of blood.
Oh, yeah, I'm sitting down. Oh no, I did not sit gracefully. That kind of. Oh, Jesus.
Ooh, that looked really painful. It's weird. You fell into that old grandfather clock that I keep in the back of the classroom.
Why do you have this in the class?
I just tell what time it is sometimes, although it hasn't been working in a while.
Professor, this Golbat is very hard to hold by the wing.
Okay,
you put it up, please.
If you could pull it.
All right, fine. Here, I'll put it back in the
away,
Pokeball. Here we go. All right. Okay. So for the brief moment that Golbat was out, what did you notice about it? Specifically, what differences between a Zubat and a Golbat did you notice?
Blood.
Yeah,
much larger mouth.
Much larger mouth. We have to assume that the Zubat also eats blood or consumes blood. But Golbat is definitely a lot more focused on getting that blood than Zubat is.
Blood.
Man,
there's blood on me. It's dripping down my neck. Do you not see it? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Blood.
Oh,
Look.
okay. Yeah, okay. Maybe you need to go to the Chansey nurse.
No, it's
real
fine.
quick.
It's fine. I'm not a wuss. Okay, I'm just gonna wipe
give
it off.
Give him like
Listen,
a banana.
I have some loose webbing. I
don't want your webbing. I don't want it.
No, come here. I'm gonna.
I don't want
it
it.
up.
Nope.
Patch it. Oh,
Okay.
right there on you. There.
I don't like the way that feels, but it actually
Okay.
works for some reason.
And that will gum everything up for the
Okay,
time being.
that will
Trust
gum it
me,
up.
It's very absorbent.
Here,
and,
you probably need some food too to kind of
Please?
replenish your energy. So
What do you have?
Here,
I have some stale poffins in my bag.
you're not gonna believe this.
Oh, do they have to be stale?
Mr. Curtis actually brought some Wigglytuff jerky into
Oh,
class.
I did too.
No,
Professor,
no, I'm not
Professor, that
eating
was
that.
just-
No.
That was just for you,
Oh,
Professor.
just for me. Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
It's weird that you left the fur on it. I guess you just wanted to,
Wait,
prove that
I
it
thought-
was Wigglytuff.
I thought you said Jigglypuff. Is this a different one? You said Wigglytuff was fine.
This was. I mean, it was alive.
It
when
was.
I
It was
finished the
fine.
experiment.
Oh, you.
When I finished the experiment.
Oh God. Oh.
Listen, the soft and luscious fur on the Wigglytuff makes wonderful jerky. It just adds another layer
Guess it
of
does.
just smooth.
It's just a good mouthfeel.
Oh God.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and lay out some of the big differences between Zubat and Golbat. All right, one,
Okay.
its ears are a lot smaller, and it has eyes, so it can see and it doesn't need to use echolocation nearly as much as a Zubat does.
Okay.
Also, the little things that the article that we read yesterday on called on Zubat tails, like thin little tails.
Yeah.
It appears that those have turned into actual feet.
Huh.
Yeah. If
I
mean,
felt
maybe.
them gripping my shoulders while it was sucking out the blood out of my neck.
Yeah, I mean those Golbats, they'll get you. They're sneaky little guys. All right, so let's learn everything we can about Golbat so we can prevent a scenario like this from happening again. Okay.
Yeah, don't let it out in the classroom with the underage child. How about that?
Well, I mean, listen, you signed the waiver, so you knew what you were getting into. All right. Starting in the Kanto region. Once it strikes, it will not stop draining energy from the victim until it gets too heavy to fly.
Can't confirm.
Yeah, I mean, we had to rip it off of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't stop when it's full. It stops when, it can't fly anymore.
Yeah.
Is the thing.
That's rough.
All right, the next one says, it attacks in a stealthy manner, without warning. Its sharp fangs are used to bite and suck blood. All right, so you get that. Bite and suck. Bite, suck, in that order.
Bite and then suck.
Bite
Not
and then
suck
suck.
and then bite.
No. All right, it's bite, suck. All right, everybody say it.
Bite. Suck.
Eat Corbin, eat the banana.
Okay.
Get some energy back.
Okay.
Slap him a few times there, Mr. Curtis.
You don't have to do that.
Come on.
You don't have to do that. Oh.
Ah!
Okay. All right. I'm
All right,
awake.
all right. One more backhand this time.
Oh, wow.
That's good. Ooh, that one hurt. That one hurt me.
You guys aren't. Hold on. You guys aren't doctors, so I feel like this is just abuse.
Well, I'm a professor. I feel like that's pretty close.
You're not a brother. You're kind of like a weird uncle that doesn't want anything to do with me.
No,
And
I
I've
said I'm a
experienced-
professor.
Right.
I didn't say a brother.
And let me just say, I have experienced my selection of blood draining injuries, should we say?
Okay.
Yeah, I can
So
see
you know
that.
exactly
I can see
what to do. Well, I'm actually glad to have you on my side, Mr. Curtis.
Thank you.
All right, let me read this Pokedex entry. It's really interesting. I mean, I don't want to hype it up too much, but a lot of good information in this one. It bites its prey and feeds on the victim's energy. Its own blood type changes to that of its victim.
That is insane.
That, I mean, largely it brings forth a lot more questions than answers, if you ask me. Why does it mean that when it sucks blood, it's replacing the blood in its body? Is that when it sucks it in, is it not eating it? Is it putting it through its veins?
I guess.
Because otherwise, why would its blood type need to change?
Why would it want to change its blood? I don't know. That's weird. That's a weird evolutionary thing.
That is bonkers, if you ask me. And that's the only time it's ever mentioned. So maybe other researchers were like, "This seems crazy." All right, so that does it for the Kanto region. Let's move on to the Johto region. However hard its victim's hide may be, it punctures with sharp fangs and gorges itself with blood.
Okay, how does it work with a Steelix?
We'll talk more about that later on. I think there's a few Pokedex entries that kind of provide more information on what it can and cannot puncture.
Okay.
Yeah, this one kind of gets contradicted. So this one says,
Gotcha.
however hard its victim's hide may be, but that is not true.
Okay. Lies.
Lies! Come on, Johto. In the next one says, it can drink more than 10 ounces of blood at once. If it has too much, it gets heavy and flies clumsily. Bless you, Mr. Curtis.
Excuse me, Professor.
Thank you for turning away and doing that into your elbow. Because of course, remember, we still have the roaming bands of 30 to 50 raging Tauruses attacking, and they love sneezes. They love sneeze spray.
Yeah, we got to social distance. We got to keep away from each other, or they'll detect us. They smell us in packs.
All right, the next one says, when it plunges its fangs into its prey, it instantly draws and gulps down more than 10 ounces of blood. So, instantly, 10 right away. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Sometimes it sounds like it says that it only drinks 10 ounces of blood, and then it's, too full. And sometimes it's it can instantly drink 10. In one gulp, it will do 10 ounces. So I'm like, it's a little bit confusing.
Well, I can confirm that it took a lot. I don't know if that's a quantity.
Yeah, I wonder how much blood does a human have?
I don't know, but I feel like when you're 10, you have less blood than an adult male.
I mean, probably. That's probably true. You're fine. God, you're such a drama queen, all right? It was on you for a couple of seconds, okay?
Right, yeah.
That's all it takes.
All right, so that does it for the Johto region. Let's move on to the Hoenn region. The first one says, Golbat loves to drink the blood of living things. It is particularly active in the pitch black of night. This Pokemon flits around in the night skies seeking fresh blood. So that's the thing. It likes fresh blood, not day-old dead blood.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The next one reads, Golbat bites down on its prey with its 4 fangs and drinks the victim's blood. It becomes active on inky, dark, moonless nights, flying around to attack people and Pokemon.
People too. Right. Wow.
Yes. Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe from
Wow, they actually seek them out. I mean, the wild, in here it makes sense. It just kind of sought me out. Whatever.
I mean, anything that has fresh circulating blood, it's gonna go for.
Right. Anything. I mean, I could tell you firsthand that's true, but there wasn't a lot of people in here, so. But it did even come back, so that means it went out into the hallway, may have seen other classrooms, and said, you know what? None of them. Let's go after the kid we saw in the beginning. Let's go after him.
I think. Well, we know that Golbats are very stealthy, right? Maybe it opened the door to make you think that it went out, but it never actually left. And so while you were looking out the door, it jumped on your back and started sucking. I guess
we'll never know.
It's very crafty and clever, these Golbats. Okay, the next one says, its fangs easily puncture even thick Pokemon hide. It loves to feast on the blood of people and Pokemon. It flits about in darkness and strikes from behind. Yep, true.
Yeah.
We know that. Mm-hmm. Okay, and I wonder if it went. Hey, Mr. Curtis, just a quick question here. You do have fresh circulating blood, right?
Yeah.
Well, it's a yes or no, very quick and easy.
Yeah,
you do have.
Is that what normal people have?
If I cut you, will you bleed?
Yeah. Something will come out if you cut me.
Why are you winking again?
Are you winking, or is his eyelid just drooping a little bit?
I don't know. I can't tell.
It's so hard to tell with him. Okay. So, this next one says, this is still Hoenn, by the way. It clamps down on its prey with needle-sharp fangs and drains over 10 ounces of blood in one gulp. All right, so that one, it says one gulp is 10 ounces of blood. One gulp. All right?
10 ounces of blood.
So that's what we know. One gulp is 10 ounces of blood, even though earlier on we said it gulps down more than 10 ounces of blood, so that's a little bit confusing.
Well, it can, but it usually just does 10 at once.
Okay.
Source
10.
Me, the human big gulp. Hello.
I guess you are. We do have, first-hand knowledge here in front of us today, so that's pretty good.
Yep.
Okay, all right. This next one comes to us, believe it or not, from the Unova region. We actually have something here. Oh wait, no, sorry. I should read Sinnoh first. I was just so excited that Unova has something new for us. So let me go ahead and read Sinnoh first. It loves the blood of humans and Pokemon. It flies around at night in search of neck veins.
Ooh.
I love how it words that because it makes it sound like neck veins are just wandering around by themselves.
I know.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't discriminate. Any neck vein will do.
Yeah.
Well,
yes, Mr. Curtis?
I was gonna say, yeah. I mean, as long as the person / Pokemon has a neck vein that's available to be taken.
Well, that's not possible for somebody or a Pokemon to not have a neck vein unless it's like a ghost.
I mean, some Pokemon are literally just heads. I mean,
right.
Some don't have necks.
That sounds a little rude.
We talked about this before. There's a lot.
I mean, does Golbat have a neck?
Does Wigglytuff have a neck? Does
there's got to be
have
some
neck?
sort of vein similar to a neck vein, and it may not have a neck.
I mean, it probably has veins, just not neck.
Mr.
veins.
Curtis, you don't have much of a neck. Do you have a neck vein?
Do you have veins?
Yeah. Of course, I have some veins. I mean, like we said, like if you cut me, stuff would come out, right? So.
Are they your veins, though? You have veins, but are they yours?
Yes, of course.
Okay, well, we'll
I mean,
move
whose
on.
else would they be? Right?
We'll move on from that hesitant answer.
Mm-hmm.
Continuing in the Sinnoh region, it says, once it starts sucking blood, it does not stop until it's full. It flies at night in search of prey. Okay, I think that does it for the Sinnoh region. Let's move on to the Unova region, which actually has something interesting here. Its sharp fangs puncture the toughest of hides and have small holes for greedily sucking blood.
So it's got holes in the fangs. Okay.
Yeah, the fangs have holes in them through which it sucks blood.
I've seen that movie. It's a good one. The fangs have holes.
The things have holes.
Yeah, I love that.
That's right.
It's a good one. I do love that movie. It's a weird sequel, though. I don't know how it relates to The Hills Have Eyes at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
But, all right, so next one here from the Unova. A second one from the Unova that is, in fact, different. Flitting around in the dead of night, it sinks its fangs into its prey and drains a nearly fatal amount of blood. So it won't kill you. It won't kill you from sucking your blood. So you're such a... Stop being a drama queen, Corbin.
I wish I was dead, but it didn't kill me.
Wow.
Just near fate.
Okay,
yes.
I'm not equipped to handle those things that you just said, Corbin. We do have a school counselor. If you want to go to talk to them, you can. They have a hypno there that puts you into a nice hypnosis state.
Is that going to help with my deep-seated trauma?
Potentially. It might help you get to the root of it.
Okay. I mean, yeah. That might work.
Here, I'll write you a note and you can go there after class.
Sweet.
Not now.
Sounds
not right
good.
now.
Sounds good. Or I could just sniff Gary the Shrimish again. He always has the fumes to make me feel really nice.
But that's a temporary fix, and you know that.
That's true. I gotta stop smelling them.
Okay.
I'll stop when I want to.
I can stop anytime, okay?
Yeah, I can.
I just don't want to right now.
I can stop anytime I want.
Okay, so that does it for the Unova region. There's nothing new in the Kalos region. Let's move on to the Alola region. Its thick fangs are hollow like straws, making them unexpectedly fragile. Interesting. Now, this seems to be contradicting the fact that it can, puncture the hide of anything, right? It doesn't really make sense if its fangs are fragile. These fangs are specialized for sucking blood. The next one says, sometimes they drink so much blood they can't fly anymore.
Yeah.
Then they fall to the ground and become food for other Pokemon.
That's metal.
That is pretty brutal, Alola. They tell it like it is in the Alola region. They do not hold back. Okay. The next one says, every once in a while you'll see a Golbat that's missing some fangs. This happens when hunger drives it to try biting a steel-type Pokemon. All right.
There it is.
So it can't puncture the hide of a steel-type Pokemon.
They confirmed.
There you go.
Wow.
It's so their fangs are more fragile, really.
Yes,
so they're running
really
around with toothless hillbilly Golbats that are trying to attack steel-type. I love it.
Yeah, that's how you know if there's been like a drought of real good blood recently. They'll start getting more and more desperate.
Yeah.
All right, the last one from Alola says, they can suck down over 10 ounces of blood in one go. They have been known to drink so much blood that they can no longer fly.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
true
yeah,
fact.
we know this.
They love that shit. They go
do.
crazy for it. Okay. In the Galar region, they say it loves to drink other creatures' blood. It is said that if it finds others of its kind going hungry, it sometimes shares the blood it's gathered. So it just goes
how
up.
How does it do that, Professor?
It just goes up. It's like bleh, bleh, have some blood.
Well, maybe it tells the other Zubat or Golbats where the prey is. Maybe that way.
Well, no. It shares the
Did
blood.
they wiggle dance?
It shares the blood it's gathered. All right, so it's gathered this blood.
Oh god, so it's spitting blood in other Golbats' mouths?
I guess. I mean, now that is metal. All right,
That's hot.
that is hard as shit, dude. That is some wild stuff. Okay. The next one says its feet are tiny, but this Pokemon walks skillfully. It sneaks up on sleeping prey before sinking in its fangs and slurping up blood.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes. So it walks around. Isn't that crazy? It doesn't just
You wouldn't
fly.
think of it, but it does.
It sneaks up to somebody walking around.
Tiptoes, if you will.
Well, it doesn't have toes. But sure.
Maybe.
Okay. Now that does it for the regional specific entries. Now there are some unique entries here that I would like to read. The first two come to us from Ash's Pokedex. This one says, Golbat. Attacking with its sharp fangs, this Pokemon can drain 300 cubic centimeters of blood per bite.
Wait, 300?
300.
How much is that?
That's about 10. It's about 10 ounces. So it's the same.
Oh, okay.
thing.
All right. It just sounds like a lot more.
Yeah, it does sound like a lot more, but it's the same.
Gotcha.
It's technically 10.1442. If you want to be technical about it, it's slightly more than 10 ounces, but
Gotcha.
yeah. All right, the next one here says Golbat the Bat Pokemon, the evolved form of Zubat. It has 4 sharp fangs and emits sonic waves more powerful than Zubats, which is interesting because it has eyes, so we know it doesn't need those supersonic cries to for echolocation. So it's probably just doing that to confuse its prey.
Okay, that's the only reason it has it. Gotcha.
I mean, bigger mouth, more sound, right?
I mean,
Isn't that how that works?
That's the it's a saying as old as time, right? Bigger mouth, more sound. I don't know how to be more blunt about it.
Don't like that quote from you as much, Professor, but
What, bigger mouth, more sound?
yeah, that one's not as inspirational.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. I guess
Sorry.
I'll turn off the recording the next time I say that.
Okay.
All right. The last one here comes to us from Dawn's Pokedex. It says, Golbat, the bat Pokemon, and the evolved form of Zubat. Being nocturnal, Golbat fly at night in search of prey. Okay, so yeah, just like Zubat, these Pokemon are nocturnal. In fact, we said that they fly in the darkest of nights, moonless nights. So yeah, that does it for the Pokedex entries. I think it's time now that, we put our knowledge to the test and read an article here that I found and see, how much of it's true, how much of it is pushing the envelope a little bit too much, and how much is just blatantly false.
Right.
All right. So it says, Golbat is a large blue bat Pokemon with purple wing membranes. It has small eyes with slit-like pupils, along with tiny triangular ears with purple insides, and a massive mouth with 2 fangs.
Massive.
I mean, it's true. It's massive.
I'll say.
That's what I would describe that as massive.
That's pretty big. Big mouth.
The fangs are smaller on a female Golbat, supposedly. While its mouth seems to be otherwise empty, Golbat occasionally displays a long purple tongue. It has short legs. Yeah, long purple tongue. So I guess this one has taste, maybe? I don't know.
I guess it does, but no nose still. No nose.
Still no nose. It can't smell. Okay. It has short legs with long, tiny feet. Despite this, Golbat can also walk skillfully on the ground. Golbat's fangs have hollow tubes specialized for sucking blood. While they are strong enough to pierce thick hide, they are also unexpectedly fragile. There are some Golbat that have missing fangs as a result of their hunger-fueled attempt to try drinking blood from a Steel-type Pokemon.
Right, I know that.
It feeds on the blood of both Pokemon and humans and is capable of drinking over 10 ounces of blood in one sitting.
Right.
Golbat drinks so much blood that its blood type will change to that of its victim following a feed. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. It's true, I guess. It's in the Pokedexes, but doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, but I don't know why I would need to do that, but whatever.
Maybe it's just a side effect. It doesn't need to. It just happens.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Anyways, it says, it is also gluttonous, occasionally gorging itself to the extent that it becomes too heavy to fly, leaving itself vulnerable in turn. Golbat is also willing to share gathered blood with other members of its kind that are hungry. Golbat is nocturnal and can be found quite easily in caves. Okay, what do you think? What do you think? More truth than false? More false than truth?
I mean, that all checked out. It seemed like it did.
I'd like to more. I'd like to know more about why Golbat's blood type changes to the blood type of its prey, but I mean...
Yeah, I mean, like, that means that the literal blood in its veins is being changed completely to a different type. Like, that's
constantly
crazy.
replenished. Yeah, that's weird.
Like, the mechanisms within its body to be able to handle that kind of change, it, like... I mean, honestly, that's, like... You could write a full book on just that part of...
But nobody has yet.
Nobody has, and it's not even really in any of the Pokédex entries besides one where it mentions it offhand.
Professor, it's time to step up and do the work and write a book on that instead of just reading everybody else's work.
There are a lot more interesting Pokemon that I could write a book on than Golbat. So
that's fair.
I think I'll keep waiting.
That's fair.
Okay, so that's all the information that we have on Golbat. I think it's time to move on and do a pop quiz.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you're gonna give me a treat. Damn it.
No,
what are you
do
talking
not
about?
deserve a treat.
The quiz is the treat, Corbin.
Well, it's a treat from me.
What other treat? What other would be such a great treat for your brain?
I don't know. I guess another banana would be nice.
Well, I mean, you can have this banana if you want it.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. So go ahead, put away your bananas and your Pokedexes.
You just gave it to me. Oh, fine.
Put it away, Corbin. I don't want to see it.
I'm putting my banana away.
All right, thank you. Be more careful where you bring out your banana.
I would not dream of bringing out my banana in class.
Ooh.
Okay, and make sure you have your Rotom laptops out and your Pokedexes away.
They're out. They are away.
Okay, question number 1. Why is it uncommon for Golbats and Clefairies to meet? You see, this is a good question because it doesn't explicitly state it in the Pokedex, but you have all the information. Okay, both of the answers are in. The question, of course, was, why is it uncommon for Golbats and Clefairies to meet? Corbin responded with, because Clefairies like to hang out in the moonlight, and Golbats prefer to thrive on moonless nights. And Mr. Curtis responded with, Clefairies and Golbats don't meet because Clefairies love to go out on nights with powerful moons.
Powerful.
Power
moon.
Nice. You sound like a Rillaboom. Good impersonation.
Thank you. I was going for that. That was my Rillaboom impersonation. So
that was good.
Also, it was also an Infernape impression. They're very similar. While Golbats are active. Golbats are active on moonless dark nights. Okay. So yeah, you guys are both correct. It's unlikely for them to meet because Clefairies are on nights with full moons, where Golbats are on nights with new moons.
Yes.
No moons.
Yes.
Yeah, very good. I'm very impressed. Okay. Question number 2. What type of Pokemon can't Golbat drain blood from, and why? Wow, that was fast. It's almost like no time passed in between when I asked the question and when you guys gave me your answer. It's amazing. It's like you were ready to go.
Is Dialga like messing with the time stream again?
Probably.
Maybe potentially. Man, I can't wait to talk about Dialga. We'll get there soon. All right, so Corbin responded with, Golbat cannot drain blood from Steel-type Pokemon due to the hard hides breaking their teeth. And Curtis responded with, Golbat can't drain blood from Steel-type Pokemon because when they try to bite them, they end up hurting their fangs. Okay. So you guys both kind of gave the right answer. The first part is yes, Steel-type Pokemon. They cannot drain blood from Steel-type Pokemon because it will break their fragile teeth. Now, there was something a bit more specific I was hoping you could very quickly to add on. Can you tell me, type into the answer window here, why are their teeth so fragile? I'm being so generous right now.
You're being too good today.
It's weird. You guys are taking longer to answer this than you did for the full question. Okay. Mr. Curtis has given me his answer. So Corbin said because their teeth have tubes in them, and Mr. Curtis says because they have hollow tubes inside. Yes, that's exactly correct. They use those tubes to suck up the blood.
Suck it.
Now, question number 3. Now think about this one very carefully.
Okay.
What is Golbat's preferred method of approaching their prey? How do they like to get up on that neck vein? All right, both of the answers are in. So Corbin has said that Golbat's preferred method of approaching their prey is it sneaks up on the sleep prey. Well, you said sleep prey, so I don't know what you want me to do.
I meant sleeping.
While walking behind it and then jumping on its back and sucking at the neck vein. Trust me, I know. He added that part at the end. That wasn't me. He said, trust me, I know.
Yes.
All right. Curtis responded with, Golbats are sneaky boys. And that's it. That's all he said. No, I'm kidding. He goes on to say, they love to sneak up on sleepy prey, even on their tiny feet. Now, when you say their tiny feet, do you mean Golbat's tiny feet or the prey's tiny feet?
Oh, Golbat's tiny feet.
Okay, all right. I just want to double check and make sure. Yes, the answer is that they're very stealthy and they walk up on sleeping prey. I am very happy that you got. I mean, stealthy. I knew you guys were gonna get, but the fact that you figured that you remembered that they walk up to them and that the prey is normally sleeping, very good.
We're killing
impressed.
it today. What can I
say?
say? We're doing all right.
Yes. So yes, full marks there for both of you.
Okay.
All right. One last question. Now, this is an essay question, so get ready to start typing.
Boy.
This question, of course, it doesn't have a specific answer. I just want to see what you guys think and what you come up with. So the question is, with the information we've been given on Golbat's biology and hunting habits, what Pokemon do you think is Golbat's ideal prey and why? So based on things like, it likes to sneak up on them. It needs to be able to puncture their neck veins or whatever veins. So things like that, keep in mind. And you can say Pokemon that we haven't talked about yet. If there's a Pokemon that you know of that you think could be a really good prey.
Yeah, I thought of one. I thought of one immediately, honestly.
Okay. Oh, great. Excellent. All right. So both of the essay answers are in. So in case you forgot, the question was, with the information we've been given on Golbat's biology and hunting habits, what Pokemon do you think is Golbat's ideal prey and why? All right. So Corbin responded with, Golbat's ideal prey is easily a Snorlax. Golbat prefers sleeping slow Pokemon.
What
a plebeian answer.
What a short-sighted answer.
Golbat prefers sleeping slow Pokemon. Snorlax sleep heavily, and Golbat can easily sneak up on it and attack the neck easily, since it usually sleeps on its back. Not necessarily true.
Well, you never know.
You took some liberties there. Snorlax is also very slow and fat, and that's just rude, I think.
Hey, sorry.
Snorlax is very slow and fat and can't easily reach the Golbat to get it to stop attacking. Also, Snorlaxes have a ton of blood in their big bodies, and Golbats can easily, repeatedly attack the same prey. All right, you know what? I think that's very good. The only thing I will say is that I don't think it's true that they normally sleep on their back.
I think they like to. I don't know, man. I've seen some Snorlaxes in my day, and they like to sleep on their back. Sometimes on the side. But my point is, they don't really. I mean, I guess they can. Look. The whole reason is it's got a big back it can easily latch onto when the back is available.
that's the thing I was gonna say. It's not necessarily. Again, Golbat doesn't go for the back; it goes for the neck, right?
Right,
If
it
you
goes
look
for
at
the
a
neck.
Snorlax.
It's got a big neck. It's got a lot of surface area.
No. It doesn't really have much of a neck. It has a head kind of plopped on top of its big fat body.
It's got a neck. It's got a neck.
I mean, there is probably a place where a Zubat can latch onto, and that's true. And I will say you are very likely. And yes, they sleep a lot, and Golbats love that, and they have a lot of blood. So those are both very good things. I think Snorlax is a very acceptable answer. So thank you, Corbin.
Second answer would be Alolan Exeggutor.
That was
That's a lot.
That
of
is
neck.
what I was gonna say.
Alolan
was gonna be my
Exeggutor would be
answer.
a second answer.
Because it's that Pokemon's all neck.
It's
Oops,
all neck. Yeah, it's all neck.
Okay, so let's go ahead and read Mr. Curtis's wonderful
Lord.
answer. It says Golbat's favorite / ideal prey is Miltank. Miltank is a diurnal Pokemon that would be asleep and easy prey for the nocturnal Golbat. Now, I believe diurnal means that it's awake in the morning. It's when it's most active.
Yes.
When it's it's open it's awake during the day.
Yes.
It's the opposite. It's the opposite of nocturnal.
Okay.
How do you know that it's diurnal? You're not basing that off of nothing.
But you're right. Diurnal is daytime specifically. Miltank is diurnal Pokemon that would be asleep and easy prey for the nocturnal Golbat. An adult Miltank has roughly 1,280 ounces of blood inside. In parentheses, not that I know from personal experience.
So you're just
or
making
anything.
shit up.
I don't know
no.
if he's making that up. He might have tested
No,
it somehow.
that's correct.
Okay, don't ask him how he
Not
knows.
that I know from
Okay.
personal experience, but yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It goes on to say, which means it is a plentiful source of food for many Golbats. The skin of a Miltank is nice and soft to be welcoming to its small children.
What?
So it is very easy on the Golbat's fangs. Finally, Miltank's nutritious milk allows for the unwary prey of Golbats to recover quickly before the Golbat's next nighttime feeding frenzy.
Nice.
Okay, so yeah, it can replenish itself.
Miltank also has nipples.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know why that would be.
Something for the Golbat to play with while it, drains the blood. I don't
Okay,
know.
it keeps it occupied. Sure, whatever. Okay, yeah. I mean, I think that's a pretty good answer. I don't know if 128 ounces of blood is factual or not.
1,280 ounces.
What did I say?
On
I say
average.
12,000?
Yeah, on average.
Yeah. Okay. So you know what? I'm gonna give you passing marks for that answer. I don't know. I kind of think I liked Corbin's answer a little bit better. I think Snorlax is a very good choice, especially because of how much it sleeps. And so Golbat can really go whenever. If it's getting a late night or I guess a midday kind of hankering for food, you can just go out and go to its local Snorlax and just suck a little.
Yeah, more surface area to work with. Oh yeah.
But I think good answers all around. But that does it for today's lesson. Does anybody know what Pokemon we will be talking about next time?
Oh no. I actually have no idea. Wait, Diglett.
No. You're right. You're right. You do have no idea. Mr. Curtis, would you like to take a stab at it?
I was gonna say Clefairy again, but I think that's not right.
Oh,
well,
it's
let me just say this.
small.
Let me just say this. Wait. Let me just say this. I find it odd that neither of you guys know.
Is it
Dragonite?
No.
Is it Oswat?
What the fuck is an Oswat?
You mean Oshawott?
The water type Pokemon.
No, it's not
Oshawott.
that.
Yeah, it's
In fact, it's I guess it's not quite. I guess it's not quite odd. You guys don't know the Pokemon frequently, so it's really only odd-ish.
Oh, odd-like.
Okay.
No, we're learning about Oddish. All right, we're learning
Oh.
about Oddish, the grass/poison type Pokemon. Yeah, so that'll be an interesting change of pace. Instead of a poison flying, we'll be learning about a poison grass.
Hooray!
I think every grass type Pokemon we've talked about so far has also been poison. I guess the only ones we've talked about so far are the Bulbasaur line, and God, that feels like it was so long ago.
It was a lifetime ago. I was just a 10-year-old boy then.
You're still a 10-year-old boy.
That's true.
But all right, so if any students at home have questions for me, or if you would like to, provide to me what your answer for the essay question was, what do you think Golbat's ideal prey is? Please do so by sending me a message to my Gengar mail, which is, of course, wwopokemon@gmail.com. If you don't have a Gengar mail, that's fine. You can contact me and send me your answers at WWO Pokemon on Twitter, the bird Pokemon themed social network site. If you like this lesson, or if you really hated it, if you have strong opinions about the way I teach, let me know. I always want to be growing as a professor.
Let him know how bad he is.
There's no way for the professor to improve. Don't even bother.
There's always room for improvement for every person.
Yeah,
Mr.
feel
Curtis.
free. If you want to prove Mr. Curtis wrong, you can do so by rating us at Flapple Podcast, which is, of course, previously Sable iTunes, but is now Flapple Podcasts.
Yes.
But yeah, so that does it for today's lessons. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today. And until next time, class is dismissed.
Welcome to the World of Pokemon as part of the Pokecasters Network.